So we got a gun gripe video coming up. Now maybe you've seen my video on the accessories that I put on my FPC, and in that video I griped about the magazines, or more specifically the collars that are on the magazines. I've gotten comments about it. Some people say I'm dumb for it. Other people say that I should just add some JB Weld to it. I am not the only one that has this complaint about the Smith & Wesson magazines. I'm a very small, insignificant channel, but Honest Outlaw has the exact same gripe, so I'm not alone in this. But I want to compare the Smith & Wesson magazine to a couple of other brands and how they have done it better than the collar that Smith & Wesson has used. And these are the collars that I am complaining about right here. This is a 21 or 22, I think it's 22 round magazine, and it's got a collar to take up the extra gap. I know the reason for the collar. It's because you're using a smaller magazine in a shorter grip. It's to take up the gap so you avoid over inserting the magazine. So enough with the stupid comments. I know what the reason for them is. There's a better way to do that. And having to use JB Weld to freaking glue it down is stupid to me and janky. So the grip on the FPC is a 15 round grip. It comes with a 17 round magazine. And so the spacers to take up that gap and keep you from over inserting it. I get it. But my complaint with the magazines are how loose these collars are. They slide up and down really easily on both the 17 round and the 22 round. It just seems like an afterthought to me. So my first example of a manufacturer that did it better was Springfield Armory. This is from my XD40 that I've had for nearly 20 years. For the longest time, I didn't even realize that this spacer right here was a collar. More specifically, this is off from my XD40 subcompact. This magazine, I believe, holds 12 or 13 rounds of 40, something like that. But I didn't even realize that this was a collar because it's so tight on here. Like, it takes some force to get it to slide. So I didn't even know that it was a collar. It's made very tight. The tolerances are very tight, so it doesn't slide up and down the magazine very easily. It doesn't move around, and I just think that this route would have been easy for them to do. All they got to do is just make this a tighter tolerance. That would be an easy fix. And then it wouldn't slide around. Like, this is not easy to get to slide around. Now this one I'm not sure because maybe it's patented. I do not know. But these magazines are from the SIG P365 line. More specifically, this one's for the XL because it's a 12 round magazine and it's got the flush base plate on it. Here's the same magazine. It's a 12 round magazine, but it is for the 10 round grip. So the standard P365 grip. You can see that it has a spacer on it, but the way that it's made, it integrates with the bottom, so it's not going to slide anywhere. It can't slide because it's basically part of the bottom base plate. Now let's see if I can possibly disassemble this at least a little bit. And YouTube, I am just disassembling. This is not modifying. I'm not sure exactly how this works and integrates. So I just want to answer this question for myself, but it might help you guys out there too. So, all right, so the spacer goes onto the magazine, but it can't slide up because it hooks on the edge of the magazine. The magazine here has a couple of lips on the metal, and then this base plate right here slides in and locks into both the spacer and the metal of the magazine, locking it all together. So this can't slide anywhere. I apologize, I didn't know how it worked until I just took it apart on camera. Now here is a 15 round magazine. The spacer that I have on here is for the XL grip. However, when you buy them, it comes with an additional spacer for the 10 round grip, the standard P365 grip. And you can see that it is thicker. But what's different is this is all one piece. The base plate, the spacer, same thing with this one. It's all one piece. So when you slide the base plate on and lock it in, so is the spacer. Now, again, I don't know if that's patented or not, so I don't know if Smith & Wesson can do something like that. But at the very least, they could just make the tolerances tighter so that it locks onto the magazine and has a tighter grip on it, at minimum. Or they could just make the Smith & Wesson FPC with a 17 round grip and do away with the spacer altogether. I don't know. I don't like the spacers. That's just me. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. So if you have made it this far in the video, I do appreciate it. And Smith & Wesson, I do think that you can do better. I think you can create a better design in what you're doing. You're a big enough company. You've been around long enough. Do better. Magazines aside, I still love the FPC. Still one of my favorite guns. That's going to be it for this video. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.